disciples, well, in some sense they were regarded as disciples. People like Clark Ashton Smith, Robert E. Howard, Journal, I think he really was a disciple. I think he was his poorest disciple, but anyway, we'll get into that later. Donald Wandrei, Robert Bloch, even Henry Cutler, Fritz Leiber to some degree. I thought I mentioned Howard, but I'd like to know what now is think of that initial group of I don't even want to call them Lovecraftians because that's an insult to them because they were great artists in their own right. But each of them dabbled in some of Lovecraft's ideas. And I think a lot of them were very successful in using Lovecraft as a springboard for their own ideas.
I think it's strange how writers coalesce. That happens frequently if you look at the time period. Just going back to the 20th century, you see like Lovecraft, Circle, okay? And then you also see the Lost Generation, Boys from Paris. Then you see the group, the Southern California Writing School, you know, Beaumont primarily, but also including Bradbury, Madison, and all those guys.
Well, Bradbury is the core of it.
Yeah.
All together, and also
Certainly.
and Coleman.
Yep.
Put all those people together, and that's good reason to get something else.
Yeah, and it's weird how the writers keep clumping together. I think they are like minds that find one another as part of it. And yeah, not so much descendants, except in a very grand sense, you know, that we're all sure you say, cool, ideas of maybe Lovecraft is spearheading that pool, you know, which is the same can be said of like Gertrude Stein or something like that.
Don't forget the visual arts.
I agree, yeah.
Soon after Lovecraft died, Surrealism, the original ones, moved to New York. There's the Surrealist Journal, there's a mention of Lovecraft and Clark Ashton Smith, and Lovecraft is considered close time. America and Land, part of Surrealist. He goes on to influence work, he goes on to influence all the abstract expressionists. Somehow or another, it's in the air of Surrealism. Surrealism now is common here, the word of commercials. And so, Lovecraft.
Even later, with like fantastic films, you know, like Ernst Dixon and some of these other people that were coalescing around him in Europe. And the descendants, I guess, of, you know, what Dali, you know, the way Dali's world as part of the Surrealist movement.
Well, actually, I translated a very interesting article from French,
You know, a lot of writers
which this French article made a very interesting case of how Lovecraft infused French literary surrealism with André Breton at a fairly early age, because Lovecraft got over into France in the 1940s and 50s, and they all took to it. The French don't have a prejudice against horror fiction the way many in the Anglo-American community do. They refer to it as le fantastique, and it's a long, rich tradition in France, and they all hail Lovecraft as a great master of le fantastique, and as they say, the surrealism is really
There's quotes from Raycon's journals, we swear he's quoting from Lovecraft. He may have not quoted from the direct perspective there.
Yeah.
The currents in all of this is utterly fascinating. Trying to pull the threads apart is probably impossible. But you have to understand what's going on at the turn of the 20th century. In astronomy, in physics, in philosophy, post-Nietzsche, all of this stuff is starting to tear the roots up in all of your preconceptions. If we think of the Copernican period as a major transformation, what Hubble was discovering about the size and age of the universe was tearing apart everybody's conception. And Lovecraft was there as a pitch. When all this is happening, not even as an older kids in the 1920s, and suddenly we realize the universe is millions of times larger than we imagine. The old blobs out there aren't comets. They're galaxies. We're living in a galaxy, and those are other galaxies, and that is creating this experience of what Henry James is called fascination, which is this feeling, oceanic feeling of just being suspended from all reality and lost in something larger. Wells is playing on that with evolution and with physics in the time machine. And then he comes along with Dr. Moreau with all these blended qualities. The French are going at it from loving vampire. They love the Fantomas. They love all the superhero stuff, what's later going to become kind of comic book stuff. The surrealists are picking up on and running with the is allowing surrealists to do this. But also the Dada is destroying all the rules, all the cultural rules. Why don't you pay attention to silly stuff in magazines and comics and art? Why don't you read strange stories? Because everything's crazy. And Lovecraft pulls that back and says, no, I hate seafood.
The fear in Lovecraft is that rationalism doesn't work. Lovecraft said you can't scare anybody unless you can scare yourself. What would be the most frightening thing for Lovecraft, the rationalist? That his material system doesn't explain the universe, and that is what is the story of terror.
Because his feeling, he took finally what's the fear. He's willing to destroy his own belief system together.
But I think he's one of the more paranoid, afraid people of that time. You know, who has any kind of take on things, who can articulate it. And so the irony is, he is so afraid and trying to divine it out for himself that he's sharing it with everyone
But
else.
took great joy in frightening.
And himself.
In itself, he really loved that song, whatever he would call it. What was his description of the experience of fear? In supernatural horror. But he really did, that for him was liberating, it was a religious experience to feel that metaphysical fear. He loved it. And that, in a sense, was difficult for people who actually had experience with things like World War I and so on, to feel up with. So the difference between Hemingway and Lovecraft is Hemingway was inward. That transformed him. Lovecraft never experienced that, so he could still be a teenager. His approach of fear is the fear of teenagers and adolescents staring at sexuality for the first time, staring at a sushi bar he never saw before. Yeah, well, many people do, and that's the interesting crossover, is the depression of sexuality, the expression of sexuality, the horror of biology, the horror of the things in the jars. You know, all this stuff reverberates all of that because it's a fear that because we are biological, we are not angelic, and never will be. What if we are worse than angels?
It's called a mysterious.
Right.
That you can't quite put your finger on, or that is changing the moment you have a handle on it. It's like it has changed, almost like persistence of vision and cinema. You know, you think you saw that, but you really saw less. You know, saw half of it. You
I
know?
can't believe about cinema's influence here.
Yeah, because that's when the
they're all
cinema
watching Nosferatu, they're watching, you know, all of this stuff, which is in a sense the apotheosis of the older form of horror, E.T. Hoffman and you know, people like Hugh Walpole, which is going to lead to Dracula before the 20th century turns. All of that stuff is building up from the Anne Radcliffe School of bestsellers, which Mary Shelley wants to tap into. She wants to write a best-selling novel. So what she's going to do? She's going to have lightning and monsters, and then she has this moment of genius. It's all about biology.
That's a cosmic idea.
Yeah. And the note, and then at the beginning of it, the reason she's at the Quintessence between horror and science fiction is in the introduction of Frankenstein. She says, I don't want to just give you a feeling of fear, which is fine. I'm paraphrasing. But I also want to talk about this and give you the feeling that these things could possibly happen.
And they can now.
And that's leading to the science fiction of the 20th century, which is the other current that arises out of Shelley, and that's before Edgar Allan Poe exploits the same dynamics.
And for Lovecraft, he packs all this into a 20-page story with a pulp magazine called Weird Tales. That's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't expect it, and it takes a long time to figure out there's more to the story.
Subject.
Well, shifting gears a bit, we have at least 3 practicing fiction writers on this panel, and each of them has written Lovecraftian fiction to a greater or lesser degree. So I'd like to hear what they have to say about their own work and how they think it, what they were trying to express when they were writing these works. For example, Marc has written a splendid novel called 37 Mandala, which some people think is one of the greatest Lovecraftian novels ever. And so I'd like to hear what you think about that.
Well, it does tie into what I think is, for me, interesting about Lovecraft stuff. Thinking about what you guys are saying, I wonder whether his adherence to scientific method and science is the thing that gives his work not just the durability, but the fact that it unlocks the way the tradition of science unfolds. So it is more comparable in a way than some supernatural traditions. It's the same. People approach it the same way in fears, and extend his theories and extend the ideas in the stories, the way he thinks about rationality, how he uses this as a tool for exploring mystery. And the interesting thing that when I go back now, is more about that, whether it's knowledge and where his where does certainty about things give up? So in the 37th Mandala specifically, I guess I really think the character who was somebody in that typical Lovecraftian situation of they're cynical, they're rationalist, they're materialist, and they're in a world where none of that's actually applies. And we'll quickly hit the limits of that, and that rationality is being used in service of things that are irrational. And yet they have their own ecology. So taking a step back, these things look nightmarish and supernatural, and actually are they're another sort of scientifically explicable thing. But in more recently, the Lovecraftian thing to me that's interesting to explore, and I've been trying to get away personally from doing things that have references to Lovecraft or mythos or even tentacles. There's still that idea that it's about knowledge, it's about what our beliefs about things cause to happen to us, and how do we use our bubble tool to explore the world and what happens when we get you just simply can't understand or something that might use that the way that humans go about trying to understand the world. What if that just makes us perfect food for something? There's things that hold out mysteries for us to attract us because that is their way of feeding. It's another thing. So I find that the interesting thing for me, Lovecraft, who's always feeding off science and reading journals, always thinking about what the discoveries we're making right now say to us. And that's always an exciting place to work on, not just in terms of creating the latest scientific America, but just in philosophical sense. Whatever we write right now, to the extent it survives, we can see it as a product of writing and thoughts. The explanation, stories, and things, examples. So I think it's interesting to engage in what we actually do think about the world, about human knowledge and understanding. So that's really inexhaustible. And it's not necessarily a Lovecraftian thing to do that, but it is something that is interesting.
I think literature in general is about ideas and creating the idea in others so that they can be grown in a way. So I think that what appeals to me about Lovecraft's work and why I like certain elements of it, although I haven't written things that are mythos related, because I'm not that interested in that really personally, and I think that it's fine if other people want to use or exploit that. My interest lies more in what is someone trying to communicate on an unconscious level. What are they getting on an unconscious level that they later manifest or express out? And so that's where I think that one of his really interesting notions, and I think Lovecraft did try to take his own work apart and analyze it and understand why it worked or didn't work. And I think that that's what appeals to me about it, is you can use it in a variety of ways, from a science fictional to a fantastical to a straight literary to a horror context. You can move it around and make it whatever you want it to be, or make it others think that it's something that you didn't even intend at all. So that's what I think is interesting about it. And that's how it's informed my own work. But Poe does the same thing. I mean, if you look at it, he's an early pioneer of that thing.
I don't know how many ways Lovecraft has touched my work. I've used Lovecraftian, Hodgsonian elements. I actually tend to use more Hodgsonian, William Hodgson than Lovecraft per se. So I did this in my fantasy novel, Songs of Earth and Power. Cyclone has elements that are more science fiction horror, sort of before Ghostbusters and scary. And then I ended up in Dead Run doing a ghost story, but probably the most Lovecraftian, Hodgsonian, Stapledonian. I took all the British visionaries and a touch of Lovecraft and rolled them up into a book called City at the End of Time. That's probably my magnum opus. I found the parallels between Hodgson before World War I and Tolkien after World War I. Because watching the Peter Jackson version of Tolkien film, I suddenly realized, whoa, two towers, there's Mordor, there's the Great Eye. This is right out of The Nightland by William Hope Hodgson. And going back and looking at The Nightland and the writing And things in gray are chasing you down, these strange chandelier figures in gray. And monsters can pop up out of pits of fire at any moment and get you. And all that. That's the trenches of World War I, seen in a nightmare attitude. That's before World War I. He dies at Eden in 1916. Tolkien is in World War I and writes about Mordor afterwards. Mordor is the trenches of World War I afterwards, of someone who was there. He's informed by everything up through World War II on his mythology. And when you have, you know, at the bridge, you have Gandalf saying, "You shall not pass!" That's what they said in World War I, battles, many different battles to the Germans. "Ye shall not pass." You know, he's using that same language, but he denies it later because, of course, it's a broader mythological thing he's working on. But that's a fascinating back and forth thing, which I try to talk about at the stage of the time. Also, George MacDonald, who wrote Princess and Curdie and a lot of famous kids' stories, also did some very strange pre-Freudian fantasies called The Phantasts and Lilith and some of his other stories. And these things are amazing because they lead us to Lord Dunsany later. They lead us to aspects of Cordelia Borges later. He's doing metatext. He's doing psychological stuff. He's doing feminist, socialist, British visual fairy tale stuff. It's just astonishing material. And all of that, of course, leads us up to the British visionaries, including Marc. The white people is very much kind of that sort of strange thing. The great god Pan suddenly brings in sexuality, which is only lightly touched upon in British visionaries. When the great god Pan comes along, all the elements are there. And it can be a Peter Straub story without many changes, right? Suddenly everything is in place. And Markham is, and also Clark Ashton Smith, being a cynic, much like Markham. On the California poet side, Clark Ashton Smith then starts bringing this kind of cynical, badass, noir attitude towards fantasy, which to some extent Conan picks up on. And all of that creates this very wonderful stew of flavors that touch on both fantasy and science fiction, which is what I want to point out in the City at the End of Time. There's a little bit of Hodgson, there's a very tiny amount of Tolkien, there's a lot of strangeness, there's a lot of Olaf Stapleton, which is one author that probably Lovecraft should have read earlier, and didn't quite get around to all of them in the same time period. Stapleton's greatest works from 1930 to 1950. Lovecraft died by 1937, so he could have read all of these, and he read some of them. He did, but that is not the already. That's fascinating. Put all of these things together, the history of science fiction, fantasy, and horror are all so deeply intermingled that to be snobbish and separate them out, as sometimes happens among the hard science fiction writers or the hardcore horror writers, or the, fairy fantasy writers, that just seems to be the shit. I don't like mix and match. I like Marc clean, up very thin, mix it all together in the middle of the table and pull out pieces. That's the fun part.
I couldn't agree anymore, especially in that light of vision.
Yeah.
And with Lovecraft, my own art, I think I can do illustrations. It's causing me to go back and look at supposed influence from European art writers, painters, particularly. There's a whole group of people, probably going up to 1920 or so, artists, fine artists, not illustrators, fine artists, influenced by a whole network. And then you get into literature, it's just fascinating. As far as Lovecraft's illustrations, I admire his attention to detail, and that's fascinating. Why other things even more fantastic things.
Well, since we're in Sam, I have to point out that I found something not even Sam Moskowitz knew about William O. Hodgson. In one of Edward Hopper's books of black and white illustrations, he had done illustrations for Pulp magazine. He illustrated a William Pope Hodgson story in the 1920s. And so that's pretty extraordinary. Now you can go with Mr. Hopper.
Well, where